Brickbot, and I'm here with a original Season 1 Hello Carbot that was just recently re-released, Sky SWAT. It was originally released in May of 2015, and this re-release came out in March of 2019, and its retail price is about 48,000 Korean won. Actually, this is technically not a re-release of the original 2015 toy. This one is actually a different product. The one back in 2015 was Veloster Sky SWAT. This one is just Sky SWAT. So if you've seen my very first review, I mentioned that up to January of 2018, Sonokong and ChoiRock still had their licensed Hyundai cars here, but from March of 2018 onwards, they just pretty much apparently lost the license, and instead of renewing it, they just decided to de-license everything. I'm just storing this Black Hawk for storage. Yes, so they're still re-releasing their old characters, except they've just been all de-licensed. And this one is no exception. For the packaging, the differences between this and the first release is obviously all Hyundai and Veloster references have been removed. So there would have been a Hyundai logo here, and there would have been a 120 scale reference here, and there would have been Veloster over here, but they're all gone since this is not a Hyundai product. The back, I think, is pretty much similar, as it doesn't show any bio for the character. And it shows some features here. As you can see, I think it was prepared in January of 2019, but it only came on shelves on March. And the logo here, it's ChoiRock Contents Factory, and normally not the regular distributor Sonokong. Even though I bought this from the online Sonokong site. So it looks like ChoiRock Contents Factory is directly distributing their products now. Studio Baba, the animation studio for the Hello Carbot series, has bios of their Season 1 characters on their website. In awkward English, because Korean sentences usually have implied pronouns, which may have to be filled in when translating, hence the several dependent clauses and indiscriminate pronouns.
Can I keep it?
Hey, I'm not an it, I'm a she.
Alright, let's get her out of the box. Before I go on, I want to mention that whereas usually the cardboard insert inside these Hello Carbot packagings are just glossy silver, this one is unique in that it has some sort of pattern, basically yellow with some hexagon honeycombs. It's a little bit unusual because I'm not sure how this background kind of fits with this squat thing. On the other hand, I think this could be a good background for a certain character. So this car is almost identical, but technically not, a 2014 Hyundai Veloster Turbo as a police SWAT car. So I believe there's only like 3 pieces that were especially remolded to remove the licensing. Basically the front grille or bull bar and these 2 pieces. So interestingly, although the renders show there's actually a Hyundai logo here, the actual original toy pretty much had a clean blank bar. So this version actually adds a Carbot insignia, although it kind of goes over this line. And as for the back, so unlike the other de-licensed Carbots where essentially every single trace of where the symbol was removed, there's still a little cavity, not a cavity, there is a door handle cavity here, but there is also a little raised mark here where the logo was. So that's nice to see, because if you really wanted to make this a Hyundai car, I guess you could make a custom-made sticker and put them here. And just like the Veloster Turbo, this has 3 opening doors. And these doors are on sliding joints, so they can easily move in like that. And this door has a little match nightstick. The inside is pretty hollow, but still pretty hollow because there's obviously robot bits. So let's compare this with the original 2014 Hyundai Veloster Turbo Sky. So they are pretty much almost identical except for a few retooled parts. Most noticeably this shield or car roof, which has this molded light bar with transparent lights and a big SWAT Hello Carbot police on top. And as you can see, the front is remolded to have these police bull bars and lights here. And just for the D-licensed version, the back has been remolded, whereas it would be identical in the original. Although it has Veloster here, the original also did not have Veloster. Though no longer officially stated, this is a 1/20 scale Hyundai Veloster replica. Let's compare that with other Transformer cars. Here's Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee, and the Pentastorm component, Sky SWAT. So a couple of differences other than the size and obvious different transformation schemes is that this original licensed version did not have any symbol here, while the newer licensed version of Pentastorm does have this symbol here. And on the top, these are solid lights, while these are transparent. And this has the antenna here, but this one doesn't. And this one has gray wheels, while this one has shiny chrome. And finally, there's that old Hyundai symbol, which of course has been removed from the de-licensed version. And Night Warrior's wheeljack. And finally, the last night squeaks. Okay, now to transform this thing. Okay, so you pull out the doors, detach the shield piece, which can easily come off. Pull out the arms. There are like 2 hinge joints here, which you can then tap into here. Fold out the feet on 2 joints. Open the legs and take out the machine gun here. And then fold in the wheels. And finally fold down the arms. Yes, so here's Sky SWAT in her robot mode. So it looks like Sky SWAT's only main non-transparent plastic colors are black and dark gray, with red and silver painted details. So there's silver here, here, and here. And red here, and here, and here. And as for the head sculpt, it does look appropriately like some sort of SWAT helmet with what looks like a silver visor with a scope eyepiece over it. And some other details are like, she has door wings on the shoulders, but since this is like a Veloster, they are asymmetrical and uneven. kind of interesting. And design-wise, I guess it's okay, but not exactly feminine in my opinion, mainly because of the torso, because it's kind of short and squat with a big codpiece thingy sticking out like that. A codpiece on a lady transformer. So Sky SWAT comes with 3 accessories. The first is her roof, which becomes a shield, which tabs into here and also clicks into here, which you can detach and put into either hand. And on this leg, she has a little nightstick stored in here. So, which honestly I think is a little too tiny for a big figure like this, but would scale well with smaller Transformers or other figures with 5mm holes. Is this like some sort of taser thingy? And finally, Sky also has this machine gun, which is actually different from the original Sky. So some details here are a little scope that is a little too far out, and a barrel that is somewhat oval instead of perfectly circular, and these big obvious tabs to plug in here. So you actually fold out this stock here, which you then attach in her hand, and this handle is at an odd acute angle because her wrist is kind of bent inwards. Which other figures with 5mm hands can hold just fine, if irregularly. But it's going to be hard to implement this with an odd angle in vehicle mode, unless you really want a weapon that points downward. So comparing this with the original Sky in a robot mode, you can see the great color difference. So her white and blue stands out in contrast to this dark and muted black and very, very dark gray. And also Sky also has some extra green details. And comparing the head sculpts, you can't exactly tell if they're the same character because they have very completely different head sculpts. And also, comparing the guns here, this is like some sort of soft, rounded, tubular gun, whereas this looks like a more realistic machine gun. As for articulation, she has a full 360 ratcheted bend here, an elbow joint. So this hand is actually a different piece, but if there was some extra tooling, there would have also been a wrist swivel. Maybe somebody could make a wrist swivel? Then this can fold out back that much due to transformation, and although she doesn't have bicep swivels, these arm joints for the transformation do kind of give her pseudo bicep swivels. But still not very flexible. And as for the leg, it's pretty much the standard forward and backward movement with the ratchet and full 360 thigh, and the knee joint that goes back that much and completely locked here. And some foot joints due to transformation. Oh, and her head is on a ball socket that does not go 360, I think due to the thickness of this thing. Whereas on the original, yeah, she does have some more flexibility. Some quick size comparisons. Here's Generations Armada Megatron, Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee, Unite Warriors Wheeljack, Star Wars Mission Series Stormtrooper, and last night's squeaks. Overall, Sky SWAT is a great retool and black recolor of a great Korean Transformer toy. And it's great to see Sky SWAT on the market again, especially since neither the original nor the SWAT version were re-released after their initial 2014-2015 run. Even though this newest one is a delicensed version. But as I said earlier, it's relatively simple to put a custom Hyundai sticker on the back of the car and to recreate the original Hyundai licensed version, albeit with a fictional molded symbol. And I'm looking forward to re-releases of the original Emergency Mode Season 1 Carbots, especially Police Fron, albeit without this and this. And it would be nice to see a re-release of the original Sky in Korea, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. What with this very model of the Veloster being recently recalled due to engine stalling problems. But the delicensed version of Sky and Sky SWAT were actually released last year in Taiwan in simple English packaging. So there is the option of getting Carbot products in another country other than Korea, if getting them from Taiwan is somehow more convenient or desirable to you. Thanks for watching my review. Please consider liking, leaving a comment, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.